The Book of Daniel, from the Old Greek, that is, Alfred Rahlfs Septuagint. This translation is in the public domain. Links will be in the description below. Chapter 2. And in the 2nd year of the kingdom of Nebuchadnezzar, it happened that visions and dreams befell the king, and he was troubled in his dream, and his sleep departed from him. And the king commanded to bring the enchanters, and the magi, and the sorcerers of the Chaldeans, to tell the king his dreams. And they came and stood by the king. And the king said to them, I have seen a dream, and my spirit was moved. Therefore, I wish to know the dream. And the Chaldeans spoke to the king in the Syrian tongue, saying, O Lord King, live forever. Tell thy dream to thy servants, and we will explain its interpretation to thee. But the king answered and said to the Chaldeans, Except ye tell me the dream in truth, and manifest to me the interpretation of this thing, ye shall be put to an open shame, and your goods will be taken into the royal treasury. But if ye declare to me the dream, and tell the interpretation of this thing, ye shall receive gifts of every kind, and ye shall be honored by me. Manifest the dream to me, and judge. But they answered the 2nd time, saying, O king, do thou tell us the vision, and thy servants shall judge these things. And the king said to them, Of a truth, I know that ye are trying to gain time, as ye have seen that the thing has departed from me. As therefore I have commanded, so shall it be. Except ye tell me the dream in truth, and manifest the interpretation of this thing, ye shall fall into death. For ye have agreed to make lying words before me, until the time be changed. Now, therefore, if ye tell me the thing I saw by night, I shall know that ye shall show even the judgment of this thing. The Chaldeans answered before the king, saying, That no one upon the earth shall be able to tell the king that which he has seen, even as thou dost ask. And no king or mighty man has asked such a thing of any wise man or magi or Chaldean. And the word which thou seekest, O king, is difficult and honored, and there is none who shall manifest to the king these things, except a messenger whose habitation is not with any flesh. Therefore it cannot come to pass as thou thinkest. Then the king, being gloomy and very sorrowful, commanded to bring forth all the wise men of Babylonia. And it was decreed to kill all of them. And Daniel and all they that were with him were sought for the cause that they be destroyed with them. Then Daniel spoke the counsel and advice which he had to Arioch, the captain of the royal guard, who commanded to bring forth the wise men of Babylonia. And he inquired of him, saying, Wherefore is it being decreed bitterly by the king? Then Arioch signified the ordinance to Daniel. So Daniel went quickly in to the king and entreated that time might be given him from the king, and he would manifest everything to the king. Then Daniel went away into his house to Hananiah and Mishael and Azarias, his companions, and he showed them all these things. And he commanded a fast and supplication, and to seek vindication from the Lord Most High about this mystery, that Daniel and they that were with him might not be given up to destruction with the wise men of Babylon. Then to Daniel in a vision on the same night, the king's mystery was clearly brought to light. Then Daniel blessed the Lord Most High, and he cried out and said, Blessed shall be the name of the great Lord forever, for wisdom and majesty are his. And he changes seasons and times, removing kings and setting them in place. giving wisdom to the wise and understanding to them that have knowledge, unveiling deep and dark matters, and knowing what is in darkness and what is in light, and from him is a dissolution. O Lord of my fathers, I give thanks to thee and praise thee, for thou hast given me wisdom and prudence. And now thou hast signified to me whatsoever I entreated, to manifest it to the king concerning these things. So Daniel went into Arioch, who by the king was set in place to kill all the wise men of Babylonia. He said to him, Destroy not the wise men of Babylonia, but bring me unto the king, and I will manifest every particular to the king. Then Arioch in haste brought in Daniel unto the king, and said to him, That I have found a wise man of the captivity of the children of Judea, who will manifest every particular to the king. So the king answered and said to Daniel, but called in the Chaldean tongue Belteshazzar, Canst thou manifest to me the vision which I saw, and the interpretation of this thing? So Daniel cried out before the king and said, The mystery which the king has seen, the manifestation is not of the wise men and sorcerers and enchanters and soothsayers. But there is a God in heaven, unveiling mysteries, who has manifested to King Nebuchadnezzar what things must come to pass in the last days. O king, live forever. The dream and the vision of thy head upon thy bed is this. Thou, O king, layest down upon thy bed. Thou hast seen all that must come to pass in the last days, and he that unveils mysteries has manifested to thee what must come to pass. And to me also this mystery was brought to light, not with wisdom that is in me above all men, but it was signified to me for the sake of manifesting to the king what thou thoughtest in thine heart by knowledge. And thou, O king, hast seen, and behold, one image, and that image was exceedingly great, and the appearance of it excellent. It stood before thee, and the appearance of the image was terrible, and its head was of fine gold, its breast and arms of silver, its belly and thighs of brass, and its legs of iron, its feet part of iron and part of earthenware. Thou hast seen until a stone was cut out of a mountain without hands, and it smote the image upon its feet of iron and earthenware, and ground them down. Then the iron, the earthenware, and the brass, and the silver, and the gold together became very small, and became, as it were, smaller than chaff on a threshing floor. And the wind tossed them so that there was nothing left of them. And the stone which had smitten the image became a great mountain, and smote all the earth. This is the vision, and now we will tell the judgment before the king. Thou, O king, art a king of kings, and the Lord of heaven gave thee the rule and the kingdom and the strength and the honor and the glory. In all the world of men and wild beasts and birds of the sky and the fish of the sea, he gave them under thine hands to have dominion over all. Thou art the head of gold. And after thee shall arise a kingdom less than thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall have dominion over all the earth, and a fourth kingdom, strong as iron, that subdues all things, and cuts down every tree, and all the earth shall be shaken. And as thou hast seen its feet, part of potter's earthenware and part of iron, another 2-part kingdom shall be in it, even as thou sawest the iron mixed together with clay earthenware. And whereas the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of earthenware, part of the kingdom shall be strong, and part shall be broken. And as thou sawest the iron mixed together with clay earthenware, they shall be mingled in a generation of men, but they shall not be of the same mind, nor well disposed one to another, even as the iron is not able to be mixed with earthenware. And in the times of these kings, the God of heaven shall establish another kingdom, which shall be forever, and shall not be corrupted. And this kingdom shall by no means suffer another nation, but shall smite and utterly destroy these kingdoms, and it shall be established forever, even as thou hast seen a stone cut out of a mountain without hands, and it ground together the earthenware, the iron, and the brass, and the silver, and the gold. The great God signified to the king the things that shall come to pass in the last days. And the vision is exact, and the judgment of this thing is faithful. Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, fell on his face to the ground and bowed down to Daniel, and commanded to offer sacrifices and drink offerings to him. And the king cried out to Daniel and said, Of a truth, your God is God of gods and Lord of kings, who alone brings to light secret mysteries, for thou hast been able to manifest this mystery. Then King Nebuchadnezzar, when he had magnified Daniel and given him many great gifts, set him over the matters of Babylonia, and set him forth to be ruler and leader of all the wise men of Babylonia. And Daniel entreated the king that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego might be set over the matters of Babylonia. And Daniel was in the royal palace.